Good morning from Nevada here in the Ken Scarce Memorial Studios at Doc Romero Softball Park. Rich Siegel along with Dr. Joel Tremblay. We are in the Women's D Plus Division this morning. We'll be here for 6 games today. The game has started. We've just had our first pitch of the morning thrown by Kristen Halbert-Vincent to Ricky Whipple. The game is being played between the Vida Locas of Yakima, Washington. They are unaffiliated. They are playing I'd Hit That from Seattle in the Rainbow City League. And the leadoff batter, Ricky Whipple, draws a walk, and that's how our game starts. Garda will be the batter. She plays right center field, and she takes a strike called. Our home plate umpire, and the only umpire on the field for this game, is Joey from New York City, and that pitch is low for a ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And if you're watching us for the first time, these pitches have to go at least 6 feet in the air, no higher than 12 feet, and cross the plate and the player's body in the air.
The next pitch is a ball, and here is another pitch, and that is grounded foul down the third baseline, foul and out of play. And again, there is no courtesy foul in this tournament this year, so that will be an out, and it's the first out of the inning. Jenna Fordham will be the batter.
And what that means, as Rich said, is that if you have 2 strikes and you hit a foul ball, you make an out. There are a lot of tournaments that play with a courtesy rule or an extra one where you get one more swing of the bat, but not here.
All right, again, Jenna Fordham, the batter, the third base person, and she takes the first pitch for a strike. And the 1-2 swung on and grounded foul, and she is out. Another strikeout on a foul ball, and that's out number 2 here in the top of the first, and we'll bring up Noskin, the shortstop. Still a runner at first base. Leadoff walk to Ricky Whipple. She is still there with 2 outs now here in the top of the first. And the next pitch, or the first pitch to Ginn, is too deep for a ball. Ball 2, strike 1. And the next pitch is hit in the air to right field. It's in foul territory. And the catch is made one-handed by the right fielder, and that ends the first inning. That Shalonda Shiptower. So a walk to lead off the game, and then 3 outs, 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the first, and our score, Vida Locas nothing, and I Hit That from Seattle coming to bat.
And during these crossovers, we will tell you a little bit about some of the sponsors of the Sin City Classic here in 2025. And our first sponsor today is Gypsy. Gypsy is back. The iconic, legendary Las Vegas queer space has returned. With more than $4 million in improvements, the Gypsy is back and better than ever. A blend of nostalgia and modern luxury, Gypsy will soon become your go-to spot for all things thrilling about the Las Vegas queer scene. Visit gypsylasvegas.com. That's gypsylasvegas, all spelled out, .com for more information. That's GIPSY.
We are at the 18th annual Sin City Classic, a tournament not only for softball but for several other sports that are being conducted this weekend. And this event is being put on by the Greater Los Angeles Sports Association. They put on this event every year, and it just gets more and more popular each and every year. This is, I think, the 8th year that I've been here for softball. This is the, I think, 4th year that we've done announcing.
That sounds about right. And before I came to announce, I often played, so this is definitely more than 8 years for me, but I don't know exactly how many years I've been in Vegas around this time of year.
I designate this as the first softball tournament of the year, and then we just go from there.
It is arguably the largest gathering of queer athletes, perhaps other than the World Gay Games, I believe. For a while, it was smaller than the World Series of Softball, but I'm not sure it is anymore with all those sports you've mentioned. There's pickleball, there's football, there's softball, there's... What did we talk about yesterday? I think there may be card games some years.
I thought bridge.
I think there might be. We'd have to look it up on the site, but they have them all listed under the various sports here offered at the Sin City Classic.
All right, we go to the bottom of the first. I'd Hit That is batting. The leadoff batter is Lauren Lowe, and she hits one high in the air in foul territory. Third baseman and catcher give chase, but it falls between them, and it's just a strike.
And which I think you mentioned, this is called Women's D+. Now, a lot of places use the plus for women's to represent that there is inclusion of transgender and non-binary athletes. Here, the plus actually means that this division is built to be between C and D. So these women, based on Asana classifications, can have C or D ratings, but the teams are in between for the team cap.
She chops at that one and hits it right back to the pitcher, who makes the play at first base. The runner fell down crossing the base, but she's up and okay. And that is an out. The play goes 1-3. And that'll bring up Veronica Villarreal. She plays left center, wears number 22, and she bats from the right side. It's a beautiful day here in Las Vegas, just like we had yesterday. The nicest part, too, is that as chilly as it is this morning, we don't have any wind to deal with, at least for now. That first pitch is outside, and this is the second pitch, and she swings and hits one into left field. Left fielder comes over towards the line, and in fair territory, makes the catch. That's Nikki Cizier, and that's out number 2 here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring up the first base person, Kara Erickson. Where's number 03? The pitcher for the Vida Locas is Suni Joe. And the first pitch to Erickson, and she hits one in the air to left center field, giving chase. The left center fielder ranging to her right and makes a very nice catch. No runs in the bottom of the first. We go to the top of the second, and our game is scoreless. Here on the Cloud Sports Network.
So the women's or women's plus leagues are governed by a group called ASANA, the Amateur Sports Alliance of North America. Yesterday, if you saw our broadcast about Legends D in the Open Division, that's usually run by the guidance of International Pride Softball. Those are open divisions where anyone can play. In the women's or women's plus divisions, in general, that includes cisgender women, transgender women, and transgender men. It's just the only group really that doesn't play in that area is the cisgender males.
Right. The Battle of Washington moves to the top of the second inning.
And as you may have noticed in that first inning, if you're thinking the ball is going to get less hard, go less far, there will not be a good quality of defense just because this is a women's game, you are very wrong.
Very wrong. You are so correct. Fifth batter in the batting order is the extra hitter. This is Nevada Von Komen. Where's number 24? She goes after the second pitch and hits it beyond the pitcher and out of the reach of the second baseman into right center field for a leadoff single, and that is our first hit of the ball game. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, in that first inning, there was a leadoff walk to Ricky Whipple, and she did not get to advance at all, I don't believe, in that inning.
She did not.
2 strikeouts and a fly ball later, they were done. So see if they can make something more out of this leadoff single.
Daniela Echeverria plays second base, and she wears number 19. The right side hitter hits one in the air to left field. That's got some carry, and it's over the left fielder's glove into just about to the fence. It'll be runners at second and third. They'll hold the runner at third, and it'll be second and third and nobody out.
Well hit ball. That fielder, I don't think was playing particularly shallow. Just got burned on that hard hit ball.
It went over Lowe's glove. Fortunately, Veronica Villarreal, the left center fielder, was ranging over at her right to back the play up, because if she didn't, the ball would have rolled to the fence, and I would think we might have had 2 runs. But as it is, it's second and third and nobody out, and the batter is Nikki Cizier.
And backing up those plays is good fundamental softball, and that's something that you see a lot in these women's leagues because many of them played softball in college or high school.
And the next pitch is inside, ball 3. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. There's nobody out here in the top of the second, and Yakima, the Vida Locas, threatening. A single and a double, and here's the next pitch, and that pitch is deep, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Nevada Von Komen at third, Danielle Echeverria at second, and Nikki Cizier at first. And that'll bring up the first base person, Lacey Von Komen. She wears number 8, and she too bats from the right side. And the first pitch is a little bit inside for a ball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. And the next one, hit the plate, ball 3. The 3-1 is a strike called, taking all the way as there had been 5 straight pitches out of the strike zone. So now it's a full count. And the next one, that pitch is flat, ball 4, and that's a walk and an RBI. First one of the game scores. It's 1-0, the Vida Locas.
And you may notice, if you can see it from our coverage here, our production team got us the names of these players, and that's what Rich is using, but some of them have other things on the back of their jerseys. A lot of teams put something fun there. That last batter was Baby Cakes.
Josetta Saijan will be the batter. The catcher stands in from the right side. She wears number 3, and the next pitch to her. Swung on, and there is the umpire's in my way. A pop-up on the infield, and the shortstop makes the catch, and that is out number 2. Angie Dickmeyer making that catch. That's the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Sonny Joe. And there's a line drive to the shortstop. One hop, she bobbles it. She will have no play. A run scores. Here comes the other runner home from third, and she's in. Nikki Cizior running all the way, scores from second base on that infield hit, and it's 3-0. On the play, Lacey Von Komen holds second. And we've reached the last batter in the batting order. Here is a pop-up on the infield taken by the first baseman, Martina Rivera, the batter. And that is out number 2. Ricky Whipple, we go back to the top of the order. Ricky Whipple will bat. She walked in her first appearance.
So that's 3 in for the inning, 2 on and 2 out here in the second inning.
Smart base running by Nikki Cizior. She saw that there was no play at second base and the ball was not gotten to in time, and so she just kept running and scored the third run of the inning. This is a fly ball hit out into left center field, and the catch is made by Veronica Villarreal, and that ends the inning, but not before 3 runs have come across for the Vita Locas. We go to the bottom of the second. Our new score here on the Cloud Sports Network, the Vita Locas 3, and I hit that Seattle 0.
And this half inning will tell you about another sponsor, and that is the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority is proud to support the Sin City Classic in its 18th year. The LVCVA is the official marketing organization of Las Vegas. Their goal is to make Las Vegas the best destination for you, your friends, and your organizations. Visit lvcva.com. That's lvcva.com.
Batters 4, 5, and 6 will come up here for I'd Hit That. Steph McCusker, Angie Dickmeyer, and Kristen Hallbrook-Vincent. The I'd Hit That trail by 3. Steph is the right center fielder. She hits from the right side. She wears number 93. She takes the first pitch for a strike. Suni Joe, the pitcher for the Vita Locas. She throws the pitch, and there is a high pop-up giving chase the third baseman. She has to go into foul territory, and the ball hits her glove and bounces foul. So that'll just go as a strike. And since there was already a strike on the first pitch, it's a strikeout on the foul ball because, again, there is no courtesy foul, and that'll bring up Angie Dickmeyer, the shortstop. And the first pitch, you can hear Good Eye from her dugout as that pitch was inside for a ball. And there is the 2-1. And that pitch is also inside, ball 3.
And you may wonder why. I think it was Jenna Fordham went over to try to get that ball at third base, but it wasn't so clearly foul that it couldn't have blown back in. So even though it was going to be an out if it landed, worth a look.
There is a line drive in the left center field for a hit. And it's a single for Angie Dickmeyer, a one-out base runner for the I'd Hit That, and Kristen Hallbrook-Vincent, the pitcher.
Ripped right at the shortstop, who had a little trouble coming up with a tough hop.
Well, just like yesterday, the umpire's view just blocked me, so I'm glad you were able to see it. All right, first pitch to the pitcher, it fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sydney Nayor is on deck. And the 1-2 is flat, 2-2. Runner at first, 1 out. There's a swing and a ground ball slowly hit to the shortstop. She'll go to second, and the force is made. They'll call her out. The ball fell out of the glove, but the out had already been made. So it'll just be a fielder's choice, the lead runner out at second base. 6-4.
Nice throw by the shortstop. That was not a hard hit ball. I wasn't sure if she was going to have time to get it over there, but rocketed that throw just in time to second base.
Sydney Nayor, who plays third base and wears number 23, will bat now with 2 out. There'll be a courtesy runner. The courtesy runner is Maria Lagarda.
And the courtesy runner rule is just that you can replace any runner you have with anybody on your lineup card once an inning. Yesterday in Legends, you were able to do it twice, but for the rest of the tournament, I think it's just 1 courtesy runner per inning.
And the first pitch is a ball. 3-0 our score for the Vida Locas from Yakima, Washington. And that pitch misses. 3-1. Bree Wilka will bat next. And that pitch is inside, and it's a walk. Okay, so Halbrook Vincent will go to second base. Well, the runner for Halbrook Vincent will go to second place, and that's Veronica Villarreal. I had the wrong 22. And Bree Wilka, the extra hitter, wears 54. And that first pitch right down the middle for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the next delivery, just a bit outside.
That one landed pretty clearly outside, but didn't look outside over the plate. Good
And the
take.
next one is grounded foul, and that's it. That will end the inning. No runs came across for Seattle here in the bottom of the second. We now go to the top of the third. The score remains the Vida Locas 3. I'd hit that 0 here on the Cloud Sports Network.
Nope. So this morning we couldn't start too early this morning because there was apparently a frost issue. There is a rule in the area, I guess a Clark County or a Henderson County rule that says that you might not be able to start a game if they're afraid there is frost on the field. Some of the equipment is not supposed to be used at low temperatures, but this is the first time I've ever heard it be a field concern.
Yeah, me too. All right, second batter in the batting order will be Maria Lagarda. She will lead off here in the top of the third. Her team leads 3-0, and a strike called starts the inning. Again, the pitcher for I'd Hit That is Kristen Halbrook Vincent. There's a swing and a ground ball foul down the third baseline, and another foul strikeout. Out number 1 here. Top of the third, the batter will be Jenna Fordham. She also struck out on that foul ball. There have been 1, 2, 3 of those for the Vida Locas, and the first pitch to Fordham is a ball.
And 2 strikeouts on I'd Hit That as well, I have it down. So I think 5 in the game so far. It may be that these teams are used to playing with a courtesy foul and haven't made that adjustment for their second swing.
The next one, low, 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1, swing and a miss.
Okay, for a minute there we thought it was a strikeout. The umpire did make that sign, but it's the same for a strike. So I think that was just strike 2 on this batter.
So now the count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. And there is the foul
There's
ball,
your strikeout.
and there you are. So both the number 2 and number 3 batters have both struck out on that second foul ball. 2 outs here in the top of the third, and the batter will be Noskin. the shortstop, who hit a foul fly ball to right field in the first inning.
The bench doesn't seem as upset about that foul ball strikeout as they would have been looking, but some teams have some rules about penalties for striking out looking, so maybe that was the issue.
Swing and a ground ball to first, and the out is made, 3 unassisted. Ginn is out, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, and no one left on base. We go to the bottom of the third, and our score remains the Vita Locas 3, and I'd hit that from Seattle, nothing here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And we're going to talk one more time about Gypsy. Gypsy is back. The iconic, legendary Las Vegas Queer Space has returned. With more than $4 million in improvements, the Gypsy is back and better than ever. A blend of nostalgia and modern luxury, Gypsy will soon become your go-to spot for all things thrilling about the Las Vegas queer scene. Visit gypsylasvegas.com for more information. That's Gypsy Las Vegas, all spelled out, G-I-P-S-Y.
You know, we were talking about our location today here in the Ken Scarce Memorial Studios. For those of you who don't know who Ken Scarce is, he organized this event for several years. He was an early big supporter of our work here at the Cloud Sports Network. Ken is a Hall of Famer in every way, and he is the inspiration behind the Ken Scarce Leadership Award voted yearly, and just really one of the nicest people I've ever known in all of my years in gay softball.
And he was a great ambassador and brought people into the game, and we want you to bring some folks into this game. So if you know some of these players and you're watching on our feeds for Sin City on either the YouTube or Facebook channel, tag your friends, let them know their friends are playing, and let us know who you're rooting for and who you want to give a shout-out to.
Kalen Barnwell leads off in the bottom of the third and hits a fly ball out into left center field. An easy play for Ricky Whipple. Didn't have to move much to catch that ball, and the batter will be Marley Maxwell, the catcher. And that pitch is a ball. And here is the next delivery. And that pitch is a ball, ball 3. The 3-1 delivery. Swung on and grounded up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Second hit of the ball game for I'd Hit That. And the batter will be Shalonda Shippentauer, the right fielder. I believe there's going to be a courtesy runner. They're trying to figure out who it's going to be. And looks like 14. And that's Kalen Barnwell, who just made the first out of the inning. So she is now running at first base, and the first pitch is swung on and hit the third, takes a bad hop. It stays in front of the third baseman, and she throws to second, and they say safe at second base. She made a fantastic recovery when that ball took a bad hop and hit her in the just about the chest, and she recovered in time. She made the throw, and it looked pretty good, but apparently not, as the runner, Maxwell, is safe at second base. It's a fielder's choice, no hit.
And I am with you. Having that ball go off her face just to recover and throw it all, much less that good a throw, was very impressive over there by the third base person.
The last batter in their batting order is the current batter, and that's Julia Forrest. And she hits one off to the pitcher. She'll throw to second. She'll get the force there, and that's the only play that they have. The putout will go 1-6. And we're back to the top of the order, and the left fielder, Lauren Lowe, who grounded back to the pitcher in her first plate appearance. And the first pitch to Lauren Lowe is inside for a ball. We have runners at first and third. Maxwell is at third, and Flores is at first. We have 2 out in the inning. The runner for Maxwell is at first, that is Barnwell. And the next pitch to the batter. He pops it up in foul territory. The catcher hardly has to move and makes the catch. Josetta Sajan makes the catch, and that ends the inning. 1 hit and 2 left on base, and we go to the top of the fourth. And our score remains the Vita Locas from Yakima, Washington, 3. I'd Hit That from Seattle, Washington, nothing here on the Cloud Sports Network.
So a low-scoring game, though some very hard-hit balls and some very nice defense. in what we will call the Battle of the Evergreen State with our teams from Seattle and Yakima. You never know. It might be a little bit of a slow start on the offense because it's a little cold out this morning, or it may be that Sin City usually throws some wonderful parties, including the Friday night opening party. So I wonder if some of these folks were out at that late last night.
You know, they come to compete, but they also come to have fun. For the Vita Locas here in the top of the fourth inning, Nevada von Komen, the extra hitter, will be the leadoff hitter. She scored the first run in the game. She singled in the second and scored her team's first run, and she takes the first pitch deep for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. There's a swing and a ground ball to the right side, almost backhanded by the second baseman, but underneath her glove and on into right center field for a leadoff single. So she is 2 for 2, batting in the 5th position. Danielle Echeverria, the batter. She doubled. She hit that ball that went over the left fielder's outstretched glove and got a double out of it. She scored her team's second run. And she swings and hits a line drive to the second baseman. They'll throw back to first, but not in time. Looked to me like the ball was tailing away from the second baseman, had to really extend her left arm to make the catch. But she did. Nikki Cisior, the batter, she walked and scored in the second inning. And she takes a strike called on the outside part of the plate, 1-2.
It looked like that one landed almost on the chalk, but it must have caught a little bit of the corner as it went over the plate.
There is a chopper back to the pitcher. She bobbles it. She falls down. She throws to the shortstop. The runner at first makes it to second easily. That's von Komen. That'll go as an infield single for me. And that is the second time that she has reached base. Lacey von Komen will bat next. Lacey drew a walk in the second inning and was the first RBI recipient. And this ball is tapped to the third baseman. She will tag the base runner coming over from third ball. She missed the tag, but she was able to flip to the shortstop, and the putout will go 5-6. Second in the inning. And on the play, Cisior makes it to second base for Josetta Sajan, the catcher. And there is a line drive beyond the shortstop's reach and on in the left field for a hit. A runner coming around third will score standing up, and it's 4-0. Nikki Cisior scores their team's fourth run on an RBI single. On the play, von Komen held at second on the single by Sajan. It's the second time that Sajan has reached base. We'll bring up Sunny Joe. She lifts one foul and out of play to the first base dugout. Martina Rivera in the on-deck circle. That pitch is deep.
She thought about it, but good call to lay off of that one.
And the next delivery is swung on and popped up into shallow center field. Everyone giving chase, and the left center fielder ranging to her left makes the catch. That's Villarreal, and that ends the inning. But another run did score for the Vita Locas. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and our new score, the Vita Locas 4. I'd hit that nothing here on the Cloud Sports Network.
And another great sponsor of Cloud Sports Network and the Sin City Classic is USGSN. That's the United States Gay Sports Network, and they invite everybody to come out and play. USGSN is America's only LGBTQ plus sports directory that promotes every league and tournament in the country. If you want to find a league or tournament buy-in for the LGBTQ plus community and its allies, then head over to USGSN.com. The network currently features over 1,000 LGBTQ plus leagues in over 100 cities. There are over 40 different sports to choose from, so when you're ready, visit USGSN.com, and you can follow and subscribe to @USGSN on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thank you.
Except TikTok as of tomorrow.
Batters 2, 3, and 4 will come to the plate here for I'd Hit That. And the leadoff batter will be the left center fielder, Veronica Villarreal, who flied to left in her first plate appearance, and she bats for the second time as the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 4th. And the first pitch is deep.
And to be clear, Rich, I do not know if USGSN is up on TikTok or whether it will really not be on, whether we'll have TikTok tomorrow or not.
There is a ground ball hit to the shortstop. Nice play there on the first and in time. Hit again. Again makes the easy throw over to first base to Lacey Von Komen, and that is the first out in the bottom of the 4th. For Kara Erickson, who flied to left center field in her first at-bat. We're in the bottom of the 4th here at Doc Romero Softball Park, field number 6. There is a fly ball hit out into right field. The ball drops in for a hit, and that'll be a 1-out single for I'd Hit That.
And I got to say, the level of defense today compared to our broadcast yesterday has taken a notch up. These folks are running over to get balls in the outfield that I didn't think they were going to get, and some really good glove on the infield.
Steph McCusker will be a batter. I totally agree with that. McCusker, in her first plate appearance, struck out on that foul ball, and she lines one into left center field, and that is in for a hit. There'll be runners at first and second with 1 out.
And some of the fundamentals, too, again, just players in the right place, backing each other up, throwing, going after throws in if they're a little errant. People aren't getting lots of extra bases.
That is one thing that I have noticed, too, in this game. Angie Dickmeyer, who singled in the first inning, in the second inning, bats for the second time. And she swings and hits a ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop over to third for the out. They'll get the lead runner. Erickson out at third base 6-5, and that'll be 2 outs here in the 4th inning. On the play, McCusker to second on the fielder's choice. Kristen Halbrook-Vincent, the pitcher, will be the batter. The left-handed swinger hits a ground ball slowly to the second baseman. They better hurry, and they don't make the play. They throw back to second base. That runner is safe. But on the play, McCusker kept running, and she scores.
Yeah, that was a tough play. The ball rolling too slowly to get to the second base person where they were playing deep. Didn't have the out at first. Might have had a play of home if they saw it, but I don't think they did, and went to second to try to catch the runner leading off the bag.
So it is the first run of the ball game scored by I'd Hit That. 4-1 is our score. Sydney Nayor, the batter. First pitch was a strike. The second pitch is skied in the air in the shallow center field. The ball will fall in for a hit. A run is going to score. The other runner will hold at second. And it is now 4-2 as Dickmeyer scores. A little 2-out rally.
And that's what you got to do, just string together some hits, and that's 4 on base in a row.
Bree Wilka, the batter. Bree Wilka struck out on that foul ball in the second inning. She bats with runners at first and second and 2 out, but 2 also have scored in this inning. And Wilka takes another pitch for a ball. Bree is her team's extra hitter for this ball game. They have 2. This batter and the batter that comes up next, if we keep the inning going, Kaylin Barnwell. Kristen Halbrook-Vincent at second, Sydney Nayor at first, and the pitch. She takes a strike. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here is the next delivery. That pitch is outside, and it's a walk. So the bases are going to be loaded for Kaylin Barnwell. And there is a foul ball to the fence behind the plate. Kaylin Barnwell, in her first plate appearance in the 3rd inning, hit a fly ball to left center.
So definitely a little bit of pop. That ball was caught by the left center fielder.
She swings to the pitch and grounds one beyond the reach of the second baseman and on into right field. 2 runs are going to score, and the other runner will go to third. They make a play at home, but the runner is in the bottom of the second. Wilka on the throw home reached second. She's a 2-out base runner and in scoring position.
And we just got some information from the production team of the tournament that the next game on this field is going to be the same Vita Locas playing against the New York City Hustle. And if you are a Vita Locas fan, please let us know that you're watching. Tag your teams, tag your families, tag your friends. Let them know that you're watching and let other people know that they can catch this great, tight, tied-up softball game.
Wilka is at third base and Barnwell at second. They both kept running on the throw home. They almost caught the runner as trying to score, but she did a good slide and was able to come in with the 4th run of the inning and the 4th run of the game before I'd hit that. Maxwell can untie this game. Here's the pitch. And she walks and the bases are loaded again.
And Rich, some years when we have broadcasted, especially these women's games, we have them behind a paywall, but this year anybody can watch these games on the Sin City Classic YouTube and Facebook pages.
The coach of the team, whose name we don't have, going out across the foul line, did set something to his pitcher, who has surrendered 4 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning with the bases loaded. And there is a pop-up on the infield. Third baseman giving chase. The ball drops and then rolls into foul territory. Jenna Fordham gave chase. The ball dropped, but it was never touched. It just bounced into foul territory. And it's a ball and 2 strikes for Shalonda Shippentower.
And Wilka, the runner at third, doing everything to get home on that foul ball if she could have, sliding into home.
And the next pitch, swung on and hit in the air. Shortstop ranging on into shallow center field makes the catch. And 4 runs have come across here for I'd hit that here in the bottom of the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th, and our game is tied at 4 on the Cloud Sports Network.
And I heard Joey, our umpire from New York City, talking about the number of runs and saying 4-4 and was taken back to coffee talk for a little while.
This game started shortly before 10 o'clock. We have about 20 minutes, I'd say.
And so since we are not in championship games, I believe these games are going to be 55 minutes before no new inning. Only 50, I'm hearing. And they can also usually end if we get through 7 innings, which I don't think we will at this point.
No.
And it doesn't look like any run rules are going to be coming into effect anytime soon.
Martina Rivera to lead off here. She popped to the first baseman in her only other plate appearance. And then we'll head back to the top of the order. And the first pitch to Rivera. Swung on and fouled back to the fence.
She's aiming for you, Rich.
Yeah. You might have been able to hear the little ding of the fence. It'll be Rivera, Ricky Whipple, and Maria Lagarda. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count, and the time is called. There's a loose ball out on the field.
Rivera with cash written on the back of her jersey.
The next pitch to her, she swings and misses, and she's out. Back to the top of the order, left center fielder Ricky Whipple walked and then flied out to left center field. The first pitch is a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. 4-4 our score here in the top of the 5th. And the next pitch is lined up the middle and on into center field for a base hit. So she's on for the second time. And the batter will be Maria Lagarda, who has twice struck out on the foul ball, as is the young lady who will bat behind her, Jenna Fordham.
Yeah, the top of the order is struggling a little bit. It's really been the last half of the order that's been helping out these Vita Locas scoring those 4 runs.
And the first pitch is inside for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. And the next one swung on, and there is a grounder to short. She throws to second for 1. That'll be their only play. The force out made 6-4 as Whipple is forced to second base, and that's the second out of the inning. And the batter will be Jenna Fordham. Jenna Fordham, as I just said a few moments ago, has struck out twice on the foul ball. And the first pitch to her. She swings and lines one down the left field side, but it is a foul ball. Lauren Lowe gave chase, but had no play. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
We'll see if Fordham shortens up her swing here just to make sure that this ball gets put into play. Obviously has a little bit of power if she can get a hold of one.
Yes. And there is a swing and a ground ball to short, over to second, and the out is made. Good stretch by the second baseman, and that is the third out of the inning. So no runs come across for the Vita Locas in the top of the 5th. Our game is still tied 4-4 as we go to the bottom of the 5th on the Cloud Sports Network.
Rich, that was a RuPaul level stretch out there at second base. She got all the way down. Thank you. And our home plate umpire, Joey from New York City, has confirmed our score. We are 4-4 going into the bottom of the 5th inning with the I'd Hit That coming to bat.
All right, we go to Julia Flores. She will be the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 5th.
And while they're getting set, I'll mention a little bit. We talked about the women's D+ and the idea of D&C. What that means is players get rated. In Asana, they call them classifications. And they sort of have questions about, can you do this? Can you do that? How often can you do this? And those numbers add up to a rating, and that's how you decide which divisions you can play in.
The first batter, Julia Flores, hits a slow roller to short. It is fielded by the shortstop. She throws to first, but Flores, with good speed, beats the play and is a leadoff base runner for the I'd Hit That. Back to the top of the order, and Lauren Lowe bounced to the pitcher, hit a foul pop-up to the catcher behind the plate. She's 0 for 2. And the first pitch swung on and hit in the air to left field. Left fielder coming in about 20 steps, makes the catch, and that's out number 1. So Lowe, out of the leadoff position, 0 for 3 this morning. We'll bring up Veronica Villarreal, who has flied to left and bounced to the shortstop. And now Lowe will go coach third base. She'll have a base runner trying to get to her with runner at first base and Julia Flores. And the first pitch to Kara Erickson is popped in the air to left field. It's in foul territory, giving chase, but the ball drops in foul territory. Nikki Sizor making a valiant effort to try to get to that ball, but it just bounced about 5 feet in front of her. It is a strike. And the 1-2. And there is a bouncer to the shortstop. Over to second, 1. Throw to first is not in time. But they get the force out on Julia Flores. 6-4 on the play. Villarreal is now the runner at first base, and that will bring up Kara Erickson.
And you feel like that was kind of similar to Jenna Fordham in the last inning. One ball hit long and foul, shortened up the swing a little bit, but grounded into the shortstop.
Erickson has flied to left center field, singled as well. 1 for 2. First pitch, low. He might have bounced on the plate. The count is a ball and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And the next one. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. Left center fielder playing in center field. Does not make the catch, or did she? I couldn't see. It's a base hit.
She was playing a little deep, I think, and the ball just kind of dropped in front of her. So runner couldn't get too far. Had to make sure she didn't make that catch, so just made it to second. But single to the outfield for Erickson.
Steph McCusker, the batter, fouled out on the strikeout and singled and scored. She scored her team's first run in the 4th inning, and she has runners at first and second. And the first pitch is a strike called. We have 1 out and 2-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Our game is tied, but a go-ahead run with 1 out at second base. The next one. And that's a strikeout, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Strike 3 called, ends the bottom of the 5th. 2 are left. Now we go to the top of the 6th, and our score remains 4-4 here on the Cloud Sports Network. Thank you.
And so we are still tied in this battle for the Evergreen State at 4-4 going into the top of the 6th inning. Very exciting game. Again, you can watch this game on either YouTube or Facebook channels of the Sin City Classic. That's the Sin City Classic. Please, if you're watching, one of the things we like to do for these broadcasts, we love about doing these broadcasts, is letting people watch their friends and family members play competitive softball. This is incredibly competitive softball right now at 5-5. And I'm sure the players would appreciate you letting their friends know that they're playing out here, commenting, or tell us who you're rooting for in the chat.
All right, Vita Lucas here now. We'll try to untie this game in the top of the 6th inning. Maybe we will go 7. Noss Ginn will be the batter. Swung on, popped in the air to left center fielder, left center fielder ranging to her right, makes the catch, and the leadoff batter out on 1 pitch.
And Rich, I don't know if anybody else can hear it. There is a timer going off, but I don't think it's ours. Might be from the field next door.
Well, we'll know soon enough. Left-handed batter is next, and this is a pop-up in shallow, while it's on the infield, and the out is made. That was Devonta Von Komen. 2 pitches, 2 out for Daniela Echeverria, who has doubled and scored and lined to the second baseman. And the first pitch is high. Two and 1. There is a pop-up into shallow center field. Left center fielder, right center fielder, and the second baseman all converge, and the second baseman makes the catch, and that ends the inning.
I think that ball actually bounced off someone else into the second base person's glove. I was a little screened on it, but in the end, the out's made, and we're going to go tied into the bottom of the 6th.
And in the bottom of the 6th, Angie Dickmeyer will be the leadoff batter. See if we can't get an idea about how much time is left. Joey, how much time?
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
I think that needs 1 to win.
Thank you. So time will run out during this at-bat, and with I'd hit that, the home team, they only need 1. And now the clock has run out. You hear the timer beeping. So Dickmeyer has singled. She leads off this inning with a line drive into left field for a base hit. She has been on all 3 times, and she has scored a run. And she's the winning run at first base for Kristen Halbrook-Vincent.
And Rich, I was getting all excited to tell you about tiebreakers if necessary, but I believe we are in pool play, and in pool play, the game can just end in a tie. So the I'd hit that need 1 to win, or this will just be a tied pool game.
All righty, thank you. The next delivery Swung on, and there's a grounder to third. Nice play by the third baseman. To second for one. They throw to first. Double play! Double play!
That down to their last out. If whether they pull this game out or whether it ends in a tie, our next game again, we're going to be coming up just at the turn of the hour for the Vita Loca versus the New York City Hustle.
Sydney Nayor, the batter, has walked and reached again, and she has scored a run. There are 2 outs now. And the next pitch, inside. Vita Loca scored 3 in the second, 1 in the fourth to take a 4-0 lead, and then 4 runs were scored by I Hit That in the bottom of the fourth. That's where we are, with potentially this being the last batter in the game. Her team is tied at 4. The next delivery is a walk. That pitch inside. So a 2-out base runner and the winning run at first base for Bree Wilka, who has struck out and walked. This has been a really fun game to watch.
Very exciting game.
And the first pitch to Wilka. She swings and grounds one just foul down the third baseline. Both of these teams have fielded their positions well.
And I'm impressed with the hustle of these women all over. Even those long foul balls that sometimes you just stroll over to get, they're rushing over to get to keep this game going.
And the next one to Wilka. She swings and hits one in the air to left center field. Left fielder ranging to her left. Makes the catch, and that ends the inning. And thus ends the game.
Yes, so if I have my rules right, we don't go to a tiebreaker in pool, so this is going to end in a 4-4 tie in the Evergreen Classic between the Yakima Vita Loca, who will be back in our next game, and the I'd Hit That from Seattle.
4-4 will be our final score. This pool play game will end in a tie, and that, of course, will be factored into seeding later on this morning on into the early afternoon. We're going to take a break here. We have our next game. Again, we'll see the same Vita Locas from Yakima, Washington, and they'll take on the team from the other side of the country. They'll take on the New York City Hustle. So on behalf of Dr. Joel Tremblay, our technical advisor, Mitch Barnes, and our technical support, Luis Arroyo, Justin Kagewa, and Roman Jimenez, Rick Siegel saying we're going to take a little break. Thanks for being with us here. We'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes for our second game here on the Cloud Sports Network.